guys, so I've been slowly bringing in tomatoes from my garden. I'm getting a lot. I have paste tomatoes, regular tomatoes. I've also had people give me a few tomatoes, but some of them are ripening faster than others. So some of these I've had, and I put them in the freezer. And as you can see, they are wet. I'm gonna dump out this extra water and then dump these in here. And we're gonna cut off the cores of the ones that haven't been frozen and put them in. I'm gonna cut out these 2 onions, put them in, and I'm gonna let them roast down. Okay, because I wanna make tomato sauce. So this roaster is here, it's gonna sit all day. I'm gonna leave the lid off because I want water to cook off. I want it to thicken. I want a thicker tomato sauce. And then I'm gonna try and can it, which I did last year, and it was really runny. I think I left the lid on. I didn't cook them down as long. I just have this roaster because I like it, so you don't have to leave it on the stove. The stove isn't on, it's just electric. It'll sit here, it'll heat it. That's what I'm gonna do. So first, let's get this water dumped out. This is from, you know, when they freeze and they get the extra, like, juices. So this is kind of helpful because this will be water that won't have to cook out now. I actually froze it out. I let these, like, defrost overnight. So they've been sitting here. Getting all that out. And then I'm going to see how I can do here. These are pretty darn juicy. I should have poured these before I put them in the freezer, at least. I could get that skin off. So I'm gonna sit here and do that for those, and then I'm gonna, for the ones that were not frozen, I'm gonna core those, and then just chuck them in. So some of them are frozen, some of them are not, but they're all gonna cook down. So I'll show you back when I have them all. So I have a big colander full of non-frozen, and then a gallon bag full that was frozen. I'll show you before I turn it on. Okay guys, so here is my little waste bucket. It's got a lot of water in it and a lot of cores and the funky onion pieces. And then here, let me move you so you can see, is the roaster. It has 3 small onions and a real lot of tomatoes. So I'm gonna turn this on and it is gonna sit and roast today while I'm having my Harry Potter movie marathon in the other room. I'm gonna roast it. I don't know the temperature. Again, I want to tell you guys, I'm not an expert at this. I've watched other people do it this way, and this is the way I'm choosing to do it, because I can like set it and forget it, and then come back while it's cooking down. I might try and put some kind of screen on top of this, because I want it to be able to boil out, but I don't want the flies going in it. So maybe I'll just put the lid on and tilt it to the side. But I'm going to plug it in, let it roast. I'll probably set it to 350. And I'll go back and check that and see if I need to put it on higher. But we want it to cook down, down, down and get a lot of the liquid out and cook off so it can be a nice thick sauce. And I don't want to add any garlic or basil in yet because all the flavors will cook out of that. So that's something I'm going to add at the very end. I'll immersion blend the tomatoes and then I'll add that stuff and I'll immersion blend that in and then it'll be ready to jar up. I'll probably add a little lemon juice before I do the canning process, but that's that. So here we are about an hour into the roast. You can see some liquid on the bottom. I really didn't add any liquid because the tomatoes have a lot of liquid. So the onions are starting to shrivel, tomatoes are starting to get, you know, melt down. It smells good. Yummy. Okay guys, so this has been going for about 5 hours. 3 hours on 350, maybe 2 hours on 400. I upped it. I'm gonna, it's really cooked down a fair amount. I'm gonna use my immersion blender here and blend it up and then check out the thickness and see if I want to keep cooking it down more or not. So let me get this immersion blender plugged in. It's definitely cooked down more, and there's still a lot of chunks. It's hard to kind of, one, my blender is old and suffering, and two, it's like the pan is so big it's not deep enough. So what I might even do too is I might add the garlic in here and then let that cook down and then put this in a food processor with the basil and then call that done. So, but I think it needs to thicken a little bit more. Alright, so this is a whole head of garlic I'm putting in right now. I'll let that cook some before I do the next thing. Alright, have that garlic cook it down a little. I'm going to transfer this into a smaller pot. Explode on me. Alright, I'm going to add in a little rosemary and thyme also. Okay, so editing Ashton here, I have about 2.5 jars up of the sauce saved after we made spaghetti that night. So it didn't make that much. We had spaghetti that night, a little bit of leftovers, and then 2.5 jars. So I canned the 2 full jars, and they'll be saved up maybe for this winter sometime. So it worked out.